recovery worked, man, but there was a missing component. And that missing component was that I didn't believe in God. I stayed sober. Life was getting good. If you take away drugs and alcohol, life gets good, right? Money's coming in, things are working. Now, God is working in my life the whole time, but my behavior and relationships was jacked up. And a broken relationship after broken relationship after broken relationship because of my behavior. And at 8.5 years of sobriety, I was going to kill myself.
Wow.
Though on the outside, right, like I just
Everything looked so good. Yeah.
it was banging, dude. I was, and like there was troubles and there was things, but you just persevere and push through it, apply the principles, but my principles in relationships, because I was terrified of being loved, push people away, push, pull. And 8.5 years sober, I was going to kill myself. And like, I was suicide. Like I wanted to kill myself. It was an idea for a couple years, but at 8.5 years, I was driving my car 100 miles an hour down the road, barrel my car in oncoming traffic. And my car was at 98 and I had so I looked to the left, there was enough cars. And I had an intuitive thought one more time that said, call that guy from your Tuesday night meeting before you kill yourself. It was an intuitive thought. It was God speaking directly to me. And I called him and he said, I've been waiting for this call for a year. And we can have a whole long discussion about what happened. Was I went back through the 12 steps and I was suicidal for about a year. And like, not like like I would I'd be on the cliff, going to jump, and I'd call the sponsor guy. I'm going to kill myself. And he would say, I really love you, Pat. I really love, you're like a son to me. Now, I didn't have a father, right? And so this man started to become like, I was terrified of connecting to another human being. And he'd say, I love you like a son. He said, will you meet me tomorrow at the meeting before you kill yourself? I'd like to say goodbye. And just because I wanted to say goodbye, I wouldn't kill myself. And I'd go meet him. And he would say, how's the amends to your dad coming along? And I made all the amends to everybody, all the hurt relationships, everyone. And I was like, I'm not going to make amends to my dad. And he would say, I love you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. And then we did this dance for a long time. And I wouldn't sleep for 3 or 4 days. Now I'm still sponsoring people. I'm still helping people. I'm still practicing the principles. I'm praying, right? I came to believe that God was love and intuition. I'm praying, but there's this disconnect, right? For me, suicide, for me at that time, suicide was a sense of power, right? I'm powerless over drugs and alcohol. I can't use them as a solution. So the only power I have left, right, is to like disoff it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm doing and I remember one time he got in my face, said, you need to effing drop that idea that you're going to kill yourself, And at this point, the guy had become a father figure in my life. Like I started to respect this man. Now I never respected my father, right? And I started to respect this man. And long story short, I said, don't call the guy and say goodbye, just kill yourself. And I was on a bridge. I pulled my car off and I said, God, you have 10 seconds. Because if I call him, he's going to tell me to meet him, right? I said, God, you have 10 seconds. And I got out of my car and my phone rang. And I'm on the bridge at 7:00 at night on a Friday night, going to jump on the freeway. And my phone rings and it's an unknown number. And I answer the phone and this kid says, hey, Pat, my name is Chris. And I met you at a meeting and I want to thank you for saving my life. And he said, but I just wanted to thank you before I end up getting loaded. So I'm going to go shoot heroin and try to kill myself. And on the bridge, I start 12-stepping this guy. And I start to talk about the thinking that always preceded my first use. I started to talk about the insanity of my addiction on the bridge, right? And I look at the phone and it was 7:00. I was like, dude, I said, there's a meeting starting at 7:30. You want to meet me? And the guy's like, yeah, I'll meet you there. And I got in my car and I drove 30 miles to meet Chris. And I walked in and Chris asked me if I'd be his sponsor. And Chris thanked me one more time for saving his life.